tell the truth, they will ridicule everything you say and do. It's all part of a deception. It's a puppet master's tool. And I've seen those craft shut down the silos from 10 miles away. And there ain't nothing that the Pentagon can do. They can't make them go away.
From Malmstrom to Manhattan, Boston to LA, there are people asking questions and they will not go away. But what has been seen might not be what it seems. The government's shadows dance and deceive. From Malmstrom to Manhattan, New York to LA, you can't get the picture if they're pale or they're gray. But what we have seen might not be what it seems when the government's shadows dance and deceive.
Please check out the Night Dreams Talk Radio website at www.nightdreamstalkradio.com. Also, if you want to keep our show free of advertising, just hit the donate button. Give $1 or $2. Remember, all prior shows are always free to listen to. We at Night Dreams Talk Radio thank you for your support. Night Dreams Talk Radio, After Dark, wants to give a big shout out to all the truckers that listen to our show.
You're listening to my friend Gary Anderson on Night Dreams Talk Radio, the best in paranormal radio.
Well, I can't say, John, the best. We can't say the worst, but we are on the radio. Hey, Tobias, Lon, again, what's the name of your newest books, both you guys?
Well, I'll go first. The Lake Michigan Mothman, High Strangeness in the Midwest, is available through the Singular Fortean Society website. You can find a link to it on there that'll take you actually to Amazon. So you can go to singularfortean.com and find it there, and there's a link to it on Amazon, or you can go right to Amazon and just search for the Lake Michigan Mothman.
Interesting. Now, boy, I just lost you guys again. I don't, James, is it my side or yours, or is it dropping out?
I don't know. They seem to drop out and come back. I don't know. I think they're still there, but we can't hear them.
Oh, yeah. Can you guys hear me now?
I can, almost as good as that Sprint commercial.
Go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was waiting for Lon to go.
No, I can hear you fine.
Okay. Okay.
Are you there?
Yeah, I was waiting for you to talk, and I think we're both waiting for us to talk. And as you know, silence is not golden in radio.
My latest book is Alien Disclosure Experiencers Expose Reality. It was a little different than what I'm usually writing about. This is a book I've been really wanting to write about for about a decade now. Besides the cryptid activity and the hauntings and the other strange phenomena that I've been involved with for the past 40 years, I've also been working with experiencers and alien abductees during that period of time. So, during that time frame, I've had, I received a lot of different sighting reports or experiencer reports, as well as working hand in hand with several experiencers. The book itself, it became at some point in the distant past, the human species became what I believe is part of a grand experiment. And, Earth's primates or evolving primates were selected by the gods to be transformed into a being of their own design. There was no clear reason as to why this was occurring, but it would profoundly influence mankind to the present day. Now, over the past decade, it's become increasingly apparent to me that we are not alone as a single intelligent species in the cosmos. But it's also become apparent that our Earth and the overall humanity have attracted the attention of non-terrestrial entities over many millennia. So, our history itself is intertwined with extraterrestrials. I believe that humans themselves are a genetic extension of otherworldly races. Now, I also believe that most of the alien entities that people encounter are biologically enhanced and evolved humans from our past and future. But, we always must keep in mind that these extraterrestrials have an agenda. And I believe that agenda is eventual technological and biological singularity. Human experiences are providing us with actual accounts of alien abduction and close encounters. And their stories are important in giving us a real sense of this global phenomena. My premise becomes more understandable as you read the book. The experiences described in the accounts are brutally forthright. Some readers may be shocked by the details, but then again, I don't believe that you'd want me to present any information other than, being consistent with what the experiencers actually had told me. So there's a lot of shocking information. There's personal information about what I've been involved with, and of course, what these experiencers have been going through for many years.
Lon, what is the most horrendous thing you've heard from one of these people that were abducted or claimed they were abducted? What they went through? What's the worst you heard?
Well, yeah, the one chapter is devoted to one particular individual and his family. His name was David Eckhart. He, for years, he had experienced abductions, basically through a portal that would open up in his residence. And why he was chosen, it still hasn't been understood by he or I. He still is confronted by these beings. He hasn't been abducted for a while, or that he knows he's been abducted. But when he had been taken to locations in the past, and those locations were described as one was an underground cavernous type location, which he believed was on this earth, and the other was an underground facility that he also believes was on this earth. He did witness a variety of experimentation, processes that were being performed by reptilian-type beings. In particular, he saw vivisection in various degrees, and he also witnessed the extermination and basically the removal of human bodies and also alien bodies, for that matter.
How were they exterminated? Because I had one guest on it claims that, James, tell me if I'm right or wrong, that they were basically dehydrated, or the same thing. You take some freeze-dried food and you take out all the moisture, and then they dropped it in and basically cremated it. Was that pretty much right, James?
Yeah, they would take once they use the people up for what they had the use for, they would dehydrate them and drop them down this big vat, and then they would just burn up to nothing. And that was a very scary tale, but that was one of the... Actually, we've heard that report a couple of places.
Yeah, I mentioned that the last time I was on as well, but that is what he witnessed. It was a type of machine or type of device where the human and alien beings, and they were actually still moving about and walking, but they were under some type of influence where they just literally were dropped into a cylinder type device where they would stop in mid drop. Some type of suction device was attached to them. The bodily fluids were all removed, and they were like dehydrated. And then from that point, they were dropped into a huge incinerator, like furnace or whatever. And that's how they were disposed of.
Interesting.
And that David Eckhart, didn't he have footage of one of the aliens peeking around the corner in his bedroom?
Oh, he's had footage of a lot of different types of beings, and in fact, I had put a lot of those photographs in the book itself. So if you want to see a photograph of alien beings, those are in the book. These things I've been posting for years on the blog and on my website, and I still receive updates from David at least weekly. It's not always the same beings as well. There have been a variety of beings that he has photographed. He's got a system for capturing these beings without them knowing or supposedly knowing that they're being photographed. It's kind of been a hit and miss thing. He's lost a lot of equipment because of it. They do have a tendency to steal equipment, steal electronics in the home. Sometimes they bring it back, but most times they don't. He has photographed actual transports that would be opening up at the time where these beings would enter and exit. Recently, I haven't posted this publicly yet, but he has captured some photographs of these female-like hybrids who have been attempting to breed with him. This is something that's been going on for a long time. He has been shown in the recent past, a young female hybrid, which he believes was an offspring of his. So he doesn't remember actually breeding with any of these entities, but he does believe it may have actually happened without his knowledge. So, it's all detailed in the book. Everything up until the past couple of months is detailed in there. And it's a shocking story. It really is. It's you kind of take heed when you read this type of thing, and this is why I get a bit perturbed when people talk about alien contact and that they wish they'd be involved with alien contact and that it's nothing to be worried about. When in fact it's just entirely different. There have been instances where people have been helped by these beings. David in particular, David had a very, very severe case of rheumatoid arthritis about 15 years ago, and they completely cured him through a series of operations. And I have seen the evidence of it, the before and after x-rays of this. And